All right, welcome back to Sports Dribble. I'm here with BJ and Davo tonight. How are we, fellas?
Good,
Good,
mate.
mate.
Good, mate.
Mate, I'm going to go straight to you, Randall. I know you had a work function today, mate, so how are you feeling?
I am amazing. Fresh as I have had a nap this afternoon. It's all good. I'm going so good that Hawkesbury have sorted me out with the old 0%er.
You beauty.
I'm still having a beer, but it's not a beer.
They're good for that.
I need to
How
have
you going, Davo?
I'm good, mate. Another fun-filled Tuesday night. Ready to get into it.
Mate, how'd the cricket go on the weekend? I know the wife put up a fair score.
Well, mate, I got outdone by the whole family. So, the missus, she was in a rush on Saturday. She scored 75 runs off 27 balls with 14 boundaries and 2 sixes thrown in the mix, and I think 6 or 7 singles. So, running singles is overrated.
It is.
So, she went off, and then the daughter in the morning hit 53. Herself, she smacked a 6 to bring up her 50 in the morning, and then the other daughter was 2 for 2 of her 2 overs bowling. So I had no chance. We ended up winning. We rolled Southern Spirit for 106, and when you come in at number 4 with 20 runs to go, there's not much chance of outscoring anyone, but we'll take the win.
Absolutely. Win's a
Win,
win.
win, mate.
Yeah.
You beauty.
But I wish I had been there to watch the missus bat. So yes, it's a great dig. They only get 30 balls anyway.
All right.
And yeah, she was given out LB on a dubious decision by the umpire. I think he just had enough of her whacking the ball everywhere. So
Fair enough.
But still a great effort.
Oh, massive score. Massive score.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, fellas. We had a good week last week on the show. Hawkesbury Brewing Co. sponsored our tidbits. They're a sponsor for us again this week on the show, so we must have did something all right by them. 2 weeks in a row. Randall's on the 0%ers. That's how good it's going. But we're going to kick us off with the tidbits, fellas. I'm going to kick us off with Randall. So, tidbits this week sponsored by Hawkesbury Brewing.
Cheers, guys. 0%ers. Love it.
What do you got, Randall?
All right, mate. So this week, starting off with a little NFL. We've got the Super Bowl coming up. This little gem, absolute gem. So stats this year for the Chiefs: 16-3 overall record, 546 points scored, 6 All-Pros, including a Kelsey brother and their quarterback, and the AFC's number 1 seed. The Philadelphia Eagles, they've rolled out with a lazy little 16 from 3, 546 points, 6 All-Pros, including a Kelsey brother and their quarterback, and the NFC's number 1 seed. They have gone toe-to-toe for the whole season. Unreal for a matchup this weekend in the Super Bowl.
And what does Sportsbet tell us? Do you know the odds? Does anyone know the odds? I think Eagles were a bit shorter than the Chiefs earlier, but yeah.
Today, mate, I gamble responsibly. Not at all.
Fair enough. Me too. All right, I got one for you. Davo, you're up, aren't you?
Yeah. So good old Pete Rose, the hit machine. Not only was he a hit machine, but he was so versatile that he's the only player in Major League history to play more than 500 games at 5 different positions. So as you see there, first base 939, second base 628, third base 634, left field 671, and right field 595. So if that's not Mr. Versatile, I don't know what is. Like, yeah, you get these guys that might play a game or two here, but it just shows how good a bat he had and to get him in the lineup wherever was needed.
Yeah, loves a bet too.
Play him anywhere. He would know the odds for this weekend.
He was the man who put the first legal bet on in Ohio. And
What
of
do
course,
they
Who's that?
what did he do? He backed the Reds to win the World Series. That was his bet because Ohio's just legalised gambling, and they got Pete Rose to place the first bet, which I think is a classic. And he's backed
It
the
is.
Reds to win the World Series.
Absolute classic. What a gem.
Shit bet, but I tell you what, good on him.
Mate, I got one for you that's it's the same bloke. He could come back and go 750 for 750, and Tony Gwynn would still have a higher career batting average. Why is it that every week we've got a Tony Gwynn quote coming up?
Because he was that good.
That good.
Yep.
Yeah,
And you will
unbelievable.
not see someone like it ever again, I don't think.
No.
The
He's
emphasis on
absolute
home
gem.
runs these days, and he just had that good an eye, that good a swing, that put everything into play, and
Yep.
was a freak.
He
Lost
was a
art,
freak.
mate. It's a lost art.
Yeah.
It is. Right, Randall, what else you got?
Mate, I think we sort of touched on this a little bit last week. We talked about Ricky Henderson, and Davo brought up there was a crazy stat going around. And this is it. If a rookie today could steal 50 bases in every single season for the next 28 years, they would still be 6 steals short of Ricky Henderson's record. That is damn outrageous.
We'll
That
talk a
is
bit
lost
more.
art.
We'll talk a bit more about this later when we're talking about the shorter base pass.
I think we talked about it, Davo, during the week, and I think you said no one is stealing 50 bases in a season, let alone consecutive seasons.
Yeah.
I think we only had one person last year steal more than 40, didn't we?
I don't even think that.
Yeah. Not sure.
Again, we'll touch on this later, but yeah, another lost art, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is. Davo, Nolan.
Another Nolan. You could do a whole thing on Ricky Henderson, Nolan Ryan, Tony Gwynn, but we all know about Nolan having his 7 no-hitters. But I'm not sure how many people knew that 5 times he took a no-hitter into the 9th inning. So he could have nearly ended up with 12 no-hitters. But yeah, he lost a no-hitter 5 times in the 9th inning to go along with his 7 no-hitters. So unbelievable. And never won a Cy Young award.
Yeah, I wonder if that was because he was outspoken or who knows.
No,
Yeah.
he just might not have been the best pitcher that year. He was bloody good for a long period of time, but in some of those years there were some guys that were better.
How many seasons did he end up playing? It was like 20. Was it 21 or 25? It was something ridiculous.
It was a lot.
Yeah.
And I think there was another stat where he struck out either 7 or 8 batters, father-son combos, where he struck out the senior, and then the son came along and played major leagues. He was still going and struck out the son as well. So it shows, you should say, 20, 25 years. It's a hell of an effort.
It is. He's an absolute freak. I love watching him. I still collect his cards. I still, if they're one pop up that I like that I haven't seen, even if it's a base card, I usually collect the buy, get it off eBay. What a gem he was. What about Tom Brady, fellas? Tom Brady last year faking the retirement to get divorced, only to officially retire this year to play golf the rest of his life, and this is why he's the GOAT.
Yeah,
fair call.
I think we all saw the sort of offer that he had to go into sports commentary. I think with Fox Sports or whatever it was, that it was actually going to be worth more than what he earned in his 20-year career or whatever.
Yeah, 375 mil or something it was. Something for 10 years.
335 I think he'd made in his playing career. And it was going to be 355 or 375 for to be a commentator.
Unbelievable.
Why would you go and punish the body when you can just go and skim the cream, throw your opinion out there, and it doesn't matter if it's wrong or right or whatever.
Yeah.
Everyone's just going to listen anyway.
What a gem. Anyway, last one we got, fellas. I think it's the last one. No, it's not. Randall, you got one.
Yeah, similar to the first one we had. We talked about, both teams had a Kelsey brother in their team. Travis and Jason Kelsey will be the first brothers to face off against each other in a Super Bowl. That's pretty good. I know they're asking for Mama Kelsey to get out there and toss the coin before the game. I don't know if it's actually going to happen or not, but that'd be pretty awesome to see.
It would be cool to see, especially with a split jersey.
Split jersey, that'd be unreal. Like we saw it a bit in the baseball this year in the playoffs with I think it was the Nola brothers.
Yeah.
This is going to be awesome to see. The whole day is going to be great. I know we're going to be watching, so yeah.
Don't forget Hawkesbury Brewing's got it on the big screen as well.
They do. They've got it on the big screen. 10:30 start until late. Get down there. If you don't want to drink and drive, that's a good thing. They have got the 0% beer range, the Prohibition range. It tastes just good.
It is good, mate. I enjoyed their lager, but I got the hazy tonight.
I'll drink anything.
We know you do. Last one, fellas. Earlier today, Jeremiah Jager scored his 1,099th professional league goal, overtaking Wayne Gretzky's record of 1,098. Now, this dude is 51 years old and still playing professional ice hockey. What a legend. He's obviously been around for many years playing in different leagues, but what an achievement to break that record.
Yeah, that's huge, isn't it?
It is. All right, fellas, that's our tidbits. Thanks again to Hawkesbury Brewing. If you're not local to Central Coast or Newcastle, even Sydney, they're located in Lisarow. If you don't have their beer at your local, ask them to get it. Kat said at Hawkesbury that they're willing to put it in any bottle-o or any pub or club. So
they're a great sponsor of the local community down there. So get down there while you can. It's a great establishment.
They do. They do sponsor a lot of different sport on the Central Coast. I know for a fact they're one of the major sponsors of Gosford Pirates Baseball Club. They are also a sponsor of Central Coast Cricket Association and a few of the clubs down there. So they're really getting behind sporting clubs. So go check them out.
That's awesome. They are really good. All right, fellas, we're going to kick on with some baseball news. The ABL Championship Series during the weekend. I know you guys watch a fair bit of cricket, but I watched the majority of the baseball. I was on night shift at work, so I got a little bit of baseball in. What a series. Game one down there in Perth, it was 32, 33 degrees for the first game. Did you guys catch any of that, or just more the scores?
Just the scores and the updates from you while you weren't working.
Yeah, game one, I just got the scores, and game two, and I watched bits and pieces, and then game three, I watched the whole thing.
Yeah, I tell you, in the first game, Adelaide, Perth Heat 9. What am I talking about here? Perth Heat 9-5. They had the same amount of hits, so they had 12 hits each in the game. First 4 or 5 innings, Adelaide just left runners on the whole time. It was brutal to watch. I think they hit better than Perth, but Perth just come away with it. Game 2 and 3 were in Adelaide, where it was a little bit more cold, but the ball seemed to travel pretty well. So I know you guys were talking about travel of the ball with the warmer weather and stuff like that. But being cold, I think there was like 6 or 7 home runs hit in Adelaide as well. So it was pretty good to see. Yeah,
juiced up balls.
For sure.
Yeah.
Adelaide Giants hit 4 in one innings in game 2. And Jared McArdle hit 2 in the one game. And the same as for the Perth Heat, I think it was Bowie, the first baseman, hit 2 in the same game. So plenty of long ball. I really enjoyed watching game 2 and game 3. Game 2, they had a record crowd. I think it was 2,500 people there at West Beach, and it was pumping. And then for game 3, being the decider, Adelaide hadn't won in 43 years. They had a option there. If you had baseball kids, they could come along for free, which was, a great way to get a lot more people to the game. And I think they had a record crowd again for day 3, and they come away winners 5-2 in an absolute gem of a game. The boys come home strong. It was 2-2 and then clicked over 3-2, and then it was a bit of a pitcher's duel. And in the 8th, bottom of the 8th, got another run, another 2 runs actually, and sort of sealed the deal. But great to see Adelaide, get the win after 43 years.
Yeah, the local kid, Rickson Wingrove, picked up that. I don't know if it would go down as a double plus a bag, but that triple. I'll call it a triple, RBI triple for the big unit. And then the next bloke came and picked him up as well. So that run was real clutch. It was good hitting from.
Yeah.
It was good situational hitting. I loved it.
Rickson actually hit well all series. I think he had every leadoff at bat he had a hit. Or not in the third game. So the first 2 games he let in his first innings he had leadoff hits, but he did have a hit in the final game. I think he had 2 in the first game. Really good to see. Pitching was strong.
He was 1 for 3, I think, in that final game.
Yeah.
The one that mattered. That's all it was.
Yeah, he knocked one in.
To give that extra lead. And, yeah.
It was good to see.
Did you catch after they had won and they were all celebrating on the field, there was a couple of larrikins that busted onto the field and had a bit of a run around? And
yeah. I think Mad Monday on Instagram posted it.
Yeah, must have been. Okay. I did see, security was chasing one of them and the other one, got him a sneaky from behind and tackled him. And they both disappeared again. It was good.
Got him good. Tell you what else was good to see. Randall was Trent Kosh was the master of ceremonies. I only asked the other week what happened to Trent Kosh. I know he was with the Bandits. So it was good to see his face. And, he got to present Rickson with his medal and announce his medal, and Rickson's his godson. So pretty special for both of them guys. But, it was cool to see.
Yeah, it was.
Cool to see. What about what else is going on with baseball, fellas? I know we've got the World Baseball Classic coming up. I haven't seen much in the news other than them pumping up Shohei Ohtani.
Well, pitchers and catchers report in 2 weeks, don't they?
Yeah.
The Classic?
Yeah, so there's some start on the 13th. If they're going away in the Classic, most teams are getting them there on the 13th. And then the rest are 15th, 16th for pitchers and catchers. And then I think it's only the 21st or something like that all the players that are position players in the WBC are coming along to spring training. So bring that on. Keen as to watch that.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see who makes up the Australian side, actually. I'm really interested to see that.
Not announced yet.
Lineup.
Yeah,
when you see the Dominican Republic lineup, and it's like that's pretty good. And the Americans, USA, it's like most people have put their hands up for that, and can't write off Japan. They'll send over their best, so it should be a good series.
Yeah,
can't wait.
It's good to see all these MLB players putting their hand up and jumping in, and clubs releasing them to be allowed to be able to play like that. That's huge. I think it's a massive stage for world baseball, So you got to have the best out there showing what it's all about, I think.
That's right. If you want to make it a legitimate sort of competition, you need the best there. And if you want the game to grow globally, no better way than to throw the best out there.
Yeah, I think you're right there with the Dominican Republic, or they're going to be red hot. But then you look at Japan's team, and yeah, how can you pass it up? But then again, you look at our Aussie team who competes on the world stage all the time. When they go to these events, they're right up there. You look at the Olympics. Only talking with Ando a few weeks back, and it was 2004, 2008. We got silver and then bronze, wasn't it? Did we get bronze in 2008, or did they can it in 2008?
I think it was
they
canned,
canned
mate.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're getting stronger and stronger, and it's great to see. There's plenty of young kids doing their thing and going to different colleges, and there's so many different pathways. So, yeah, the World Baseball Classic would be definitely a lot worse off if they didn't have all the players like all the big names heading over there. So that'll be good to see.
Yeah.
Right, Randall, NFL, mate. Did you catch any of the Pro Bowl?
Not one little bit, mate. I was too busy swimming in the pool.
Hey, you didn't miss a lot. It was
As
I can't
usual.
believe they play Oztag.
Yeah.
It was
Not a
the
fan,
Manning
mate.
brothers were the coaches, weren't they?
Yeah, Snoop Dogg was there as a
division.
celebrity coach, and
I'm not a fan, mate. I'm not a fan. So
I used to like the skills, all the different skill stuff, like the kickers doing tic-tac-toe and the quarterbacks having their drills, hitting targets and moving targets and stuff like that. That's cool to watch.
Yeah,
But
that's always a good part of it.
It is, but the whole, what do they call it, flag football?
flag
It
ball,
was-
yeah.
It was horrible. Like,
Just stand
It's
there and there's no scrimmage or anything. It's like, hey, g'day, mate. I'll have a chat to you here while they pass the ball out the back, and there's no forcing, like gut chasing after quarterbacks or anything like they used to.
and did you see Tyreek Hill got taken out? So we're talking about no force, and then Tyreek Hill got taken out at the post. That was pretty cool.
To be honest, I look at that and it's just almost the equivalent to a slow pitch softball. Like it's just rubbish. Seriously.
Hey, like slow pitch, Randall.
No, I don't.
Nah, sorry to all our slow pitch fans out there.
No, you can all. No, I'm not a fan, mate.
Yeah, fair. No, it was pretty average. What about coming up the Super Bowl next Tuesday? Monday, sorry.
Monday.
Next Monday. Seen anything newsworthy?
No, not really, mate. It's as advertised. I reckon it's going to be pretty full on game. I think it's going to be great. I'm excited we still haven't decided what we're doing yet, but I'm excited. I think
Two
it's
good teams. As you say, two even teams.
Yeah, for sure.
So it is a toss of a coin, really. As you saw in the tidbits, the stats, they are so even and have been throughout the year. And the week off has probably done the Raiders good. Not the Raiders, the Chiefs good, I should say, to get them right. So bring it on.
Yeah. Have you seen anything, Otto, about Mahomes or how his ankle is?
Yeah, Mahomes is supposed to be good. I did see who was out. McCole Hardman Jr. is out, so Claire Edwards is in. What's his name? Edwards-Helaire is in to replace him, the run back. So no biggie there, though, because he's played most of the season anyway and scored a fair few. So obviously McCole Hardman Jr. Would have been their number one. Would have liked to seen him win another one, seeing as though I've got about 5 of his rookie cards there. One nice little patch. I should have pulled that out for tonight. He's a gem. But, other than that, I haven't seen any other news for the Eagles. I just get the Chiefs emails sort of when they post something out. So there was nothing else really that come up from there. So,
Mate, Mahomes, if need be, he'd be having the pain-killing injections in that ankle, and he'll be going out no matter what. So he'll be just like, yep, throw another one in there, I can make it.
Well, we seen him last week. The whole fourth quarter last week, he was on Struggle Street hobbling around, and then pulled off a 10 or 12-yard run that second last play of the game to sort of get him into that position. So, yeah, I'm sure he'll be okay. See what he does.
Did you guys end up watching that ESPN 30 for 30?
Yeah.
No,
it was good.
I've recorded it. The Baltimore Bullies.
Baltimore Bullies is great.
Yeah, I saw it was on last night, and I'd forgotten I was on, so I hit the record button. So I'll be watching that the next day or two.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
make sure
do
you
yourself
do,
a favour,
mate.
watch it
It was
back.
good.
It was real good. It was real good.
They are all good. All the 30 for 30s that ESPN roll out are worth watching. Doesn't matter what the sport is.
I agree. Righto, Davo. Let's head to some cricket news, mate. What do you got for us?
Well, the Big Bash wrapped up on Saturday night with the Perth Scorchers taking home the title. It was very even game there for a while. I thought Brisbane were looking the goods, but some bad bowling towards the end sort of cost them, and Perth come home with their 19-year-old hero.
Get a haircut, champ.
Oh, he does. He needs a haircut. But the captain stood up tall for the Scorchers. Turner led the way with 50, which got him the player of the match. So unfortunately, that's the summer of cricket over for us now, but in Australia. But the good thing is the first test against India starts on Thursday. That'll be quality watching. Unfortunately, I think Australia's lost Hazelwood for the first test. He's injury prone again, so good old Scotty Boland might get a start there. So I'll be a keen watcher of the cricket come Thursday. And then the women, they defend their World Cup starting Saturday over in South Africa. So while we're finished here at home, there's still some quality international cricket coming up. So I'll be watching quite a bit more of it.
Yeah, it should be good. I caught the tail end of both of those innings in the final. That was some quality hitting, and as you said, that young bloke Connolly, what a legend. Just come on and absolutely blasted it.
Quite a thrill for a 19-year-old to have 53,000 people yelling your name out in your home stadium. It's a memory that's going to live with him for forever. So it's good to see.
Actually, I got a bit of footage actually of Randall. He was at a concert, the Red Hot Chili Peppers, I think it was, and he's actually got the Big Bash there on his phone. Mate, Randall, enjoy the moment, mate. Be at the concert and just, take it in.
Mate, I've got more than one sense. I can see and hear at the same time.
Gotcha.
So it was fine. I could actually watch the cricket and listen to the music at the same time. It was all good.
Fair enough.
That's a true follower of the Big Bash right there. Doesn't matter where you are, just to have it on and to know what's going on. So I don't see any issue with that.
It was a quality run chase, though, wasn't it? 175, and to mow it down. I know we were talking earlier, I think it was about the 15th over or something in the first innings, and was looking at maybe, a 150 or a 160, and they definitely turned it on. So
and
awesome
they did well. Like Brisbane to come back from 4th or 5th to make the final and then put up a fight without their Australian stars. It's a hell of an effort. And you're right, like they turned it on at the end to make a real game of it. So I think Perth was probably worried when they came out to bat, knowing what they had to score, but calm heads by Turner. What did he get? 53, I think, or something like that. Got the half century to lead the team. So they've been there before, and that's their fifth title now, I think. So quite the powerhouse.
Yeah, they're done, mate. They don't need to win another one for a while.
No.
Bit like the Sixers, mate. They've had their share.
No, Sixers could use some more, mate. Not like your Thunder. What if they had one, I think?
Mate, you know what? It's one more than the Stars.
Yeah, that's true. I think Stars and Hurricanes. Stars. I know the Stars. There's two teams I think that haven't won it. So
Well, it'd be the Stars and the Hurricanes, I'd say. Heat have won it, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
Yeah, they had one.
But
Renegades won a couple of years ago. So.
Thankfully, next year, I think they're listening to common sense and shortening the Big Bash season. While I love watching it, it does drag out. I think to make it a quality series that they want, they do need to shorten. I think even Jimmy Pearson was saying today, go back to the 10 games. Just make it a 10-game series, and it just gets people in there and watch it, and quality over quantity.
Play everybody twice. Once at each ground, and done and dusted.
But it's the TV, as we all know of sports. It's the TV rights that run the game, so they're the ones that want to make the most money out of it.
Don't get me wrong though. I love every day of the week coming home from work or whatever, and the Big Bash is on.
Oh, so do I. Yeah, we're doing this family.
Yeah, I feel like the last 2 years it has dragged on. The last 2 years, it seems to be a bit long.
Why don't they? I know we're talking about getting people to the game. They should do. I remember as a junior, you used to get like a rugby league pass. So anyone that played rugby league could go to any of the NRL games. Why don't they do that with cricket? Like give these kids free tickets to go in, and then mum and dad have to go and
pay,
buy a beer and something to eat. And
well, they used to do that. Like there used to be part of junior cricket was, I think it was like a Woolworths promotion sort of thing that you could go along to a game. But that hasn't happened for the last year or two. So, but it's you're right. It's a great initiative. I love the initiative they have of taking it regional.
Yeah.
Because I know like the Sixers, they went to Coffs Harbour. The Thunder, they went to was it Wagga or somewhere down that way. And they've had a game out of Canberra. Heat went up to North Queensland. So I think that's a great initiative and should keep that going. Yeah,
it is. I know they've done like in the past, they've done Lismore and stuff like that as well. It's good to see them get out and about, and obviously the younger cricketers get to see their heroes and meet them, get things signed and all that sort of stuff.
Well, I think it shows as well, like too many games. Like the Sixers hosted that qualifier against Brisbane on the Thursday night. 15,000 people there. That was it. Now, I know it's a Thursday night, last minute, but still, I think that's a sign of being dragged out too much, that for the SCG to only get 15,000 people.
Yeah.
Plus, by then, school had gone back too, hadn't it? Oh, school went back. Had school gone back?
Yeah, school had gone back. So it was a school night. It should be
finished by then. It should be finished by then. If you want to get the kids and the families there, it's got to be done by the end of school holidays.
Yep.
Make sure it's done and dusted, and that's it.
Yeah. And for Perth, like it was a Saturday night, so of course you can expect a big crowd there because it was a Saturday night. But for the midweek, once school's back, no.
You're not going to get people from out of the region coming to watch a game, are you? Like yourself, like an hour drive down there or whatever it is. Like you're not going to drive down there on a school night, get the game in, get out of there at 10:30, drive an hour home. Got to get the kids up for school the next day. Get yourself to work. It's not worth it.
No. So hopefully they do shorten it and bring it back to what it was.
Yeah, that's fair. I could agree with that. Right, I'm going to finish this off with a bit of NBL news, and then we're going to go back to baseball because we forgot to talk about some of the new rules that are going to be introduced into baseball, and I know we've got a little bit to talk about with that. So the NBL, the final standings: Sydney, New Zealand, Cairns, Tasmania, Southeast Melbourne, and Perth round out the top six. So they go through to the finals, which starts on Thursday night. You've got Tasmania and I think it's Cairns. Tasmania and Cairns, and the winner of that goes through. So that's a one-game series. The winner of that goes through to play New Zealand in the playoff series to go through to the Hungry Jacks finals. And then the loser will go through and play against the 5th and 6th, which is Southeast Melbourne and Perth. So the loser goes down and plays the winner of those two. And then the winner out of that goes through and plays the Kings for a 3-game series. So New Zealand and Kings get the bye that first sort of wild card weekend or whatever you want, and then they have a 3-game series to go through
And
to the big dance.
How was it Perth that beat Kings in the last game, and Southeast Melbourne won and needed someone else to lose for those two teams to make the playoffs? So it's a fair effort by them to get there,
mate. And that was a cracker of a game. I watched the last bit of that, probably the last 5 or 6 minutes of the game, and it was awesome to watch. But yeah, the Kings have been selling out their crowd, so hopefully there's plenty of people there at the basketball for the playoffs this weekend.
Wish they still had the old King Dome, the old entertainment centre. You couldn't beat it. Going down to watch Kings play at the entertainment centre. Like, I know Homebush isn't bad, but it's no King Dome.
Mate, I did love watching the old Falcons at Newcastle. That was always good value. It was pretty intimate there, right on top of the players. So it was always good.
About the Hunter Pirates.
Oh, those Pirates, eh? They were horrible. They were horrible. Their massage therapist and trainer was pretty good, I heard.
Yeah, he was all right.
Yeah. Anyway. Here we go, fellas. Let's kick this baseball thing back off. We've got a few things to talk about here. Now, we've got the pitch timer, and it's 15 seconds when the bases are empty, 20 seconds with runners on. What can you see this doing to the game?
Ruining it.
Nothing.
Obviously, they're trying to make it quicker, but you're still going to get hitters. You're still going to get hitters step out and, do their gloves up or whatever they do, adjust their box and their hat, whatever they want to do. I think it's ridiculous. As a pitcher, when I pitched, I loved a quick pitch. I got into a rhythm, and you get into a rhythm quicker. And if you're getting the ball back and going again, and the hitters are staying in there, I think it's a big advantage to the pitchers. They're just going to get into a lot more rhythm. I like the idea of pitchers being either able to go quick if they want to, but also I like them being able to take their time, get off, step off, go and get some rosin, whatever they want to do, get their sticky off their hat.
Yeah, destroy the hitter's rhythm.
Yeah, 100%. I think it's the biggest crock of shit I've seen.
Yeah, I don't get, like, the speed of the game, they keep carrying on about it, but it's been around that. Why change it? The game's been around for hundreds of years. Nothing wrong with it. It's your night out. Why are you trying to speed it up?
Yeah.
Are people just losing the attention span these days? I don't get it.
I think it's just the MLB they're just trying to make it more impressive, make it whatever. They keep saying, "Oh, we're trying to make the game better." That's not how you make the game better.
No. Quality product on the field is what makes the game better.
Yeah.
I don't think the pitch timer is something that is going to make the game better.
And what are they going to do? Are they going to have a shot clock over there on the back so the umpire can see it? Is that how it's going to work?
They've already been doing it in the minor leagues and stuff like that. So this is already something that's been run and tried. So they are saying, the old school pitchers, the old guys, the salty old veterans, they're the ones that are going to be affected. Yeah. All the young kids that are coming through, they're not going to know any different. That's their argument, that they've been pitching with this for a few years now, so they're going to be used to it. It's going to become the thing.
Fair.
We'll see.
Yep.
I don't like it.
And
I'm
at
not a
least
fan.
it's not on the wind-up or anything, because pitches like good old Hideo Nomo and all that, they used to take about half hour to wind up and
Yeah.
release the ball.
What about our
Yeah.
mate from the Dodgers? He does the 412 leg kicks. What's his name? Oh, I forget who it is. The lefty.
Yeah, Neville.
Yeah, Neville
Isn't
Bartos.
that
That's
the
it.
Neville Bartos.
isn't that the guy from the Yankees, Hector, who
Oh,
does all the
Hector
different
Neris.
moves? Yeah,
I thought he was
Yeah.
LA.
no, Yankees.
With
Uh,
He'll
the
quick
mustache.
pitch and then he'll twist around. He's not quite as good as our mate who pitched for the Giants, the right-hander,
Johnny Cueto.
Cueto. Yes, not quite as good as
like,
him, but he's up there.
yeah. What about the shift limits? I like this one. I don't know what your
Yep.
thoughts are, but I think it's fantastic that they're bringing in.
Yeah, I'm happy with this one. I think it's well overdue.
Yeah,
Take it back to traditional baseball. It's like so many guys are robbed of hits and all that. And I think it'll improve the hitting, and it might bring people back to going for base hits
yeah.
instead of like swinging for the fence. Because if you know the shift's not on, you can poke one through there. So
Yeah.
no, I think this is great idea.
Yeah,
Also,
I agree, Davo. Nothing burnt me more than watching a bloke spin the pitcher's cap, hit it straight back up the middle, and you watch the shortstop standing, a foot to the left of second base, take a shuffle to the right, pick up a ball that's crushed back up the middle,
Yep.
and thrown out at first. Mate,
Yep, base hit
what
up the middle every day of the week, and no, it's gone.
and you're playing the shift, and you've got a fielder standing right there.
Yeah.
What are you taught as a kid? Hit it back up the middle.
Yep.
Spin his cap. What? Oh, fielder there. I might have just hit it to a regulation shortstop and it would have got through. Although
What
third
about-
baseman would probably be fielding there.
also works for blokes like you, Randall. Like you only hit 95% to right field in between second and first base, so
Yeah.
they're not going to have the shortstop over there on the right hand side for you anymore, mate.
Yeah, that's good. It got difficult for me with the shortstop playing at second base and the second baseman playing in that little bleeder section in shallow right field where I lived, or just over the back of first base, killing me. All those little dying quails over the infield, I'm gone.
Be interesting to see what it does to pitchers' ERAs. Actually, like it should improve hitters' averages because they're not there, but it'll probably change the way pitchers pitch as well. They will have to be more finesse. They can't just rear back and throw you 100 miles an hour and think, oh yeah, bleeder up the middle is going to be a guy there. They're going to have to hit their spots a lot better because they don't have the shift on. So, it will be good to see.
It also works the other way too, Dave. I think there's not going to be as many long balls because if the shift's on, you're a lefty on, a left-handed hitter, the ball's coming in. They're not going to throw away, are they? They're going to throw to where the field is. So you're going to get a lot more, I guess, variety from the pitchers as well. So the pitchers don't have to throw that inner half of the plate if they're facing someone that's a pull hitter or. I just think it's going to be great for baseball all around, both pitching and hitting.
Yeah,
Taking it back to where
even
it was.
fielding, Davo. Like you don't see that sort of like Ozzie Smith range and those sort of guys anymore. That those unbelievable infielders or pivots or whatever that make they cover an unbelievable amount of ground to make a play. Like the way it is now, they're all shifted around and they're strategically put into a position. Now they're going back to playing a more regulation position. You're going to start to see some even more flashier plays again, I think.
And you'll start seeing more glove men. Like the glove men are gone. Like your middle infielders that would hit maybe 250 if they're lucky, but had the range. Like through the 90s and the early 2000s, those guys had a full-time job because they were there for their defense. But in the last few years with the shift and everything on, not the emphasis has gone off the fielding because you've had, 6 feet to my left. Oh, there's the other guy there, so I don't have to worry about it. So I think it's going to be great for those guys that are known more for their glove rather than their bat. I think you'll see the re-emergence of them back in the game because they will cover that gap. They will read the play, and they'll earn their keep by the defence, like defensive runs saved.
Yep. Agreed. 100% agree.
What about the last one, the bigger bases? So an extra 3 inches. I know my wife would like an extra 3 inches, but
Who wouldn't?
it's from 15 inches to 18. It's a big jump, cutting out, the distance for stolen bases, things like that. The idea behind this is safety, I believe. What's your thoughts?
Why do it for every base then? If you want safety, it's really only first base that is an issue now. It's like they've taken away the chance to take out guys at second, third, and home due to you can't even do the in the neighbourhood slides sort of anymore. So I don't get why second and third for safety, or even first base. It's like, I think it's another rule that. Next thing you know, it's going to be like softball where you got the 2 bases. If you want to go down that avenue, but no, I'm not a fan of this one.
I'm with you.
I think I'm a little bit on the fence at the moment on this one. Are they just trying to bring back that stolen base thing? Is that what they're trying to bring back? How often do you see a bloke steal a base or an attempted steal and he's out by a bee's dick? Like that increase, that reduction in the base path distance. Yeah, it's only, what does it say? Distance reduced by 4.5 inches.
Show us how big that is, Randall.
I've got pants on, but
that big, mate.
Anyway. But yeah, that's a fair distance in what in how close these plays are at the moment. Will we see more stolen base attempts? Is that what they're trying to bring back? Are they trying to bring that back into the game, or is it, I don't know.
Yeah.
So I think for me, this one will be, time will tell whether this is just a wanker or not.
Yeah, mate, we'll see it in spring training. It all kicks off soon.
To be honest, I don't think it's got anything to do with safety, even though that's what they say. I think they're just trying to encourage people to bring back stolen bases and that sort of thing again.
Well, I hope it does.
What else really can it be?
Like, we look at our tidbits each week, and it's Tony Gwynn hitting 1 million hits, and it's Ricky Henderson stealing 1 million bases. How good would it be to see that back with less shifts, bigger bases, and no one's picking off because they're got to be set real quick?
Yeah, even in saying that, there's the pick-off rule too coming in. That there are other rules that aren't listed here, but these were the 3 major ones. But that was another one where you can't pick off more than twice to a base or whatever it is.
Well, it's definitely they're after the stolen base. Then they want more stolen bases, more running.
100%.
Yeah.
So you're not going to have as many people pitching because they sort of no shift, can't pick off on a time limit. Raise the mound back up for them.
Oh yeah. Now we're talking.
Why not?
Do you remember the old Adelaide Street, Davo, down there?
Oh, mate, you'd get a nosebleed.
Oh, it was brilliant.
You needed steps in the back of that mound. It was a monster.
Don't fall off the back.
You have to come and visit up in Newcastle and come and see White Sox mound then, Davo. Their current mound. That thing is a giant.
We'll have to have a look.
You haven't been there, have you, Hudson?
Oh, I have, but I didn't pay any attention.
You might have retired by then.
Yeah, I was retired by then, but yeah.
You'll see it.
I've been there a few times, but I don't remember it.
The mound's taller than you, mate.
Yeah, beautiful.
That's not very tall.
Yeah. I tell you, but if you stand on top, Davo, and I'm twice the height,
True, mate.
it's like this extra base distance, you know. It all adds up. It all adds up.
Every
All right,
inch
fellas.
Let's see how it goes anyway. So hopefully,
Yeah.
hopefully that one's not set in stone, like the bigger base and all that, and the pitch clocks, like, and just hope they're flexible with it.
Yeah. No, I really do.
Next thing you know, they're bringing in the batters appeal, well, like for the robot umpires, like
Yeah.
what they have in the minor leagues. If you disagree with the umpire's call, you get to tap yourself on the helmet, sort of thing, and the robot umpire checks to see if it was a ball or a strike. So
Won't be far away, mate.
no,
How many of those do they get? How many reviews like that do they get though?
a couple.
Because what's the point of having a pitch timer if you're going to slow the game down by doing all these stupid reviews?
Yeah.
Or I don't agree. I reckon that was a ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well, we just could have had 3 pitches thrown in this time.
How often is that going to happen with angel umpiring?
I was about to say maybe we just get rid of Angel and Anders and everyone's happy.
Yeah, it might be a plus then.
Yeah. Well, all right, fellas. We'll have a good week. It's been a pleasure. Super Bowl on Monday. If you're having a beer somewhere to view it, can't wait. Go the Chiefs. Mahomes is going to be fresh, and it's going to be a good game, whatever the outcome.
Yeah, probably the one thing we didn't touch on is quality Australian playing for the Eagles.
Yeah,
Mailata, yep.
Mailata, yeah. He's
big boy.
Good luck to him. I'm obviously I'm on Kansas City, but good luck to him. Australian product, getting out there, getting himself a Super Bowl game. That's awesome.
It is awesome to see.
Only second person to do it, or second Australian, I should say.
Yeah. As you said, I'm on the Chiefs, as you can tell in the background. But
is that what that is?
It's
great. Hang out the toilet paper.
Great to see.
You wash your car with.
Great to see an Aussie in there.
Or shine.
Got nothing. Bit of shine. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there before he's rag on me anymore.
Yeah, don't forget,
week, fellas.
Hawkesbury Brewing Co. live with the Super Bowl on Monday.
Yeah, beauty.
Get
down and grab a lager.
I've obviously had too many of them.
What are you on now?
I've got rid of the prohibition. I'm back on the full strength.
Well, how's that? You talk up the 0%ers, the whole thing, and then you've just been sipping on an IPA the whole time.
Yeah, mate.
It's all lies.
Just got to top back up again to where I was.
Oh, fair enough. All right, fellas. Peace out.
See you guys.
All right. Catches.